was coincidence. That's what police told themselves. That's what the town wanted to believe. 3 missing persons in 18 months didn't seem impossible. People moved away. Lives unraveled. Choices were made quietly. But one detail refused to stay quiet. The same name appeared in every case file. Ethan Cole. He wasn't a suspect. He wasn't even questioned at first. Ethan was simply the last confirmed person to see each victim alive. A grocery store clerk remembered him chatting with Marissa Lane in the parking lot. A bus driver recalled Ethan giving directions to Paul Whitaker just hours before he vanished. A neighbor saw Ethan helping Lydia Ross carry boxes into her car the night she disappeared. Helpful, normal, forgettable. That was Ethan's gift. He worked part-time jobs, fixed things, knew people's names. When investigators asked why he seemed to be everywhere, he smiled and said, "Small town. We all cross paths." Detective Noah Klein didn't disagree at first, but as more files crossed his desk, patterns formed that had nothing to do with chance. Each victim had recently confided in someone. Each had been stressed, vulnerable, or preparing to leave town. And each had spoken to Ethan within 24 hours of disappearing. No signs of violence, no ransom demands, no bodies, just absence. Klein reread the witness statements. Ethan's words were always cooperative, always precise but never emotional. He remembered details others forgot. He corrected timelines gently, as if helping the investigation move faster. Too fast. When asked how he remembered so much, Ethan shrugged. "I notice people. Most don't." Phone records placed Ethan near every disappearance. Not long, not enough to alarm anyone, just long enough to be explained away until the 4th person vanished. This time, there was video. A security camera showed the victim entering a parking lot alone, and moments later Ethan stepping into frame. The footage cut out after 12 seconds. When it came back, both were gone. That was the moment coincidence died, and the investigation finally asked the question it should have asked from the start. Why was the last person to see them alive always the same? For the 4th disappearance, Ethan Cole stopped being invisible. Detective Noah Klein pulled every case file onto the same wall. Photos, timelines, maps. Red string wasn't necessary. The pattern was already there, clear and unsettling. Ethan never lingered long enough to be suspicious, never close enough to be charged, always just present. Police brought him in for a formal interview. Ethan arrived early. He joked with the receptionist, asked if anyone wanted coffee. In the interrogation room, he sat relaxed, hands folded, eyes calm. When Klein asked why he kept appearing at the edges of disappearances, Ethan didn't hesitate. "People talk to me," he said. "I'm easy to talk to." That answer bothered Klein more than a denial. Ethan admitted knowing all 4 victims. He explained each encounter in detail, where they stood, what they wore, what they said. His stories were consistent. They didn't change, even when new evidence was introduced. Real memories shift. Rehearsed ones don't. Investigators checked Ethan's background. No criminal record, no violence, no obvious motive. But something strange surfaced. Ethan moved towns every few years. Always just before someone nearby went missing. Never close enough to connect. Never long enough to trace. Forensic analysts noticed something else. Ethan's phone location data showed brief dead zones during each disappearance, not gaps, intentional shutdowns. Airplane mode, short, precise, always timed within minutes of last contact. When confronted, Ethan smiled. "Bad signal around here," he said. Search teams returned to the 4th disappearance site. Behind the parking lot was an access road few people used. Tire marks matched Ethan's car, but so did dozens of others. Again, nothing definitive until they found a discarded item, a wallet, not stolen, not damaged, placed. Inside was a handwritten note folded carefully behind the ID. "If you're reading this, I trusted the wrong person." The handwriting matched the missing victim. Ethan claimed he'd never seen it, but the ink told a different story. It was still fresh, and Ethan Cole was the last person who could have put it there. After the wallet was found, the case stopped being quiet. Detective Noah Klein authorized full surveillance on Ethan Cole. Unmarked cars followed him. Cameras watched his apartment. Analysts monitored his phone activity in real time. For days, Ethan did nothing. He went to work, bought groceries, helped an elderly neighbor carry bags upstairs, smiled at people who waved. It was almost convincing. Then, on the 5th night, Ethan broke his pattern. At 9:43 p.m., he left his apartment without his phone. That alone was enough. Cameras tracked him walking toward the old industrial district, abandoned warehouses, closed factories, places the town forgot existed. He entered a building marked for demolition and didn't come out. For nearly an hour, when police entered after him, the building was empty, but it wasn't unused. Inside, investigators found signs of careful preparation: a folding chair, bottled water, duct tape, plastic sheets rolled, not torn, no blood, no struggle, just control. Behind a false wall, they found something worse: personal items, a watch, a scarf, a pair of glasses, all matched. People reported missing over the last 5 years, some from other towns Ethan had lived in. None of them logged in this town system. Ethan wasn't local, he was traveling. Forensic analysis revealed trace DNA, skin cells, hair belonging to multiple victims. Enough to prove contact. Enough to destroy coincidence forever. When confronted, Ethan didn't deny it, he corrected them. "I didn't hurt them," he said calmly. "I helped them disappear." According to Ethan, he offered people a choice. He found them at their breaking points when they wanted out. No money, no records, no past. "You'd be surprised how many people want to stop existing," he said. Detective Klein asked the only question that mattered. "Then why don't they ever come back?" Ethan leaned forward, voice steady. "Because starting over requires discipline. Not everyone deserves it." Search warrants expanded across state lines. Evidence piled up, patterns aligned. Ethan's rehearsed calm finally fractured not into panic, but irritation. The mask was slipping, and somewhere out there, people who trusted him were still unaccounted for. The trial didn't hinge on emotion, it hinged on patterns. Prosecutors laid out timelines stretching across states, showing how Ethan Cole appeared just before disappearances, then vanished himself. Experts testified about behavioral grooming, trust building, and how predators don't always use force. Sometimes they use permission. Ethan listened without reaction. He didn't deny meeting the victims. He didn't deny helping them leave. His defense rested on one claim: they chose it. Then the evidence spoke. A recovered hard drive contained audio recordings. Not threats, not violence, conversations, each one ending the same way: confusion, fear, and a final moment of realization. One voice whispered, "You said I could stop if I wanted." Another said, "Where are we going?" None of them sounded free. The prosecution's final witness was Detective Noah Klein. He explained the truth simply. Ethan didn't help people disappear. He isolated them, cut them off, removed their phones, their identities, their choices. When they realized what was happening, it was already too late. No bodies were ever recovered, but the jury didn't need them. Ethan Cole was found guilty of multiple counts of kidnapping, unlawful confinement, and murder under implied death, sentenced to life imprisonment. As he was led away, Ethan finally spoke not to the court, but to Klein. "You still don't know where they are." Klein didn't answer. Years later, Pound erected a small memorial with names, some confirmed, some still missing. People stopped saying "last seen" and started saying "last trusted." The phrase became a warning, because the most dangerous people aren't the ones who scare you. They're the ones who make you feel understood. And when the evidence finally speaks, it tells a story you wish you'd listened to sooner.